Triple E EDC back again with another knife video. This is the 535-3 Benchmade Bugout, and this is the new version of the Bugout with carbon fiber scales, this new backspacer, and S90V steel. This is a really interesting evolution of the Bugout. So a couple of you guys may remember I originally did not buy a Bugout for quite some time. I was late to the party, mainly because of the size and also the fact that, you know, I don't like plastic knives. So Grivery is a type of plastic, and Benchmade uses those on the standard version of the Bugout. So eventually I tried it out just because I have a channel and I have to try things out, and honestly I liked it enough to get this one and upgrade it. So this is the upgraded titanium scales, titanium backspacer, titanium hardware here. Those are the original thumb studs. So sort of had an upgraded version of this, and I was satisfied with this for a while. And I always thought, hey, you know, is there a carbon fiber scales or something maybe I could swap out at some point? But I was thinking about getting a second Bugout for carbon fiber scales. And so what ended up happening was, well, they announced this was coming out. And I thought to myself, well, that's interesting for a couple reasons. One is it's sort of an upgraded version of, or a Bugout version of the Benchmade 940-1. Now this is a 940-1. These are the scales from it, and this is the M4 blade from a Blade HQ one. So I sort of made an all blacked out version. And by the way, if you're thinking about doing an all blacked out version of the 940, this is the way to do it. But in any event, I was thinking about, you know, the S90V blade that comes on there, and it normally comes with blue thumb studs, blue hardware here, I should say, not thumb studs, and it also comes with the carbon fiber scales. So it's sort of a this same setup in a 940. So that was being moved to the Bugout, and I thought, hey, that could be interesting. And here's the real reason it's interesting. Because the Bugout is a knife that has become synonymous with aftermarket scales. And by the way, Benchmade does excellent carbon fiber. You can check out the carbon fiber here that Benchmade does. Benchmade does great carbon fiber here on the Griptilian. This is the DLT exclusive version. You know, Benchmade did great red infused carbon fiber on this 940. This is Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. They do really good carbon fiber, and you can see that continues right here. So, so I thought to myself that this has to be has the potential to be a good deal. Then I saw the price, and the price was like $255, and you know, it's a little bit less than what a 940-1 costs. And I thought, you know, well, this is kind of expensive for a Bugout. Then I sort of thought about it a little bit more, and I realized, you know what, this is actually a great price for a Bugout. And the reason is because if you get the base Bugout, it'll have blue thumb studs just like this, an S30V blade. It'll have blue Grivery handles, and that's going to cost you $133 and change right now if you're going to go buy that on any of the knife retailers' websites. So $133. Then you've got to go ahead and get some carbon fiber scales. So the carbon fiber scales, you know, Rogue Blade Works makes probably the best carbon fiber scales on the market. Flytanium also makes, but Flytaniums are about $75. Rogue Blade Works are $85. So let's go with Rogue Blade Works. You add those together, you're about $218, right? That's your all-in price. Then you realize, well, there's also a backspacer here, and this is an aluminum backspacer, but it's a gear backspacer, which looks a lot like the Rock Scale Design backspacers that they use on their Bugouts, which is what's on here, right? Looks pretty similar in design. Now this is titanium, and it's $34. So this is aluminum, and it comes with a knife. So let's say let's use about $25 instead of $34 from aluminum titanium, just as a price. So you know, another $25 on top of $218, you're now at, you know, $235. What is that? $243. Okay, so you're at $243, but you still have an S30V blade. Okay, and you don't necessarily have this cutout. I don't know if you like this cutout, but you're at $243. This is an S90V blade. Now, S90V steel, any knife maker will tell you, is really expensive to use, and it's hard to machine. So S90V blades, you know, tend to be a lot more than S30 versions and S30V versions. And if you look at, it's not just Benchmade, if you look at Spyderco and other makers, you'll see that that's reflected usually in the price of those as well. But S90V is an excellent steel. It'll hold an edge extremely long. It has a reputation for being a little less tough than S30V, but as far as edge holding, it'll hold an edge a really, really long time. It's not as difficult to sharpen as some other steels, kind of like Maximate, but it is a little bit more difficult to sharpen than S30V. But it's an excellent steel. It'll hold an edge a nice long time, and you know, the factory edge on here doesn't come. It comes like a little toothy, but it works great, and it'll stay great. And you know, when you want to tune it up, it'll stay a long time as well. I usually keep a toothier edge on my Benchmades anyway. So yeah, I mean, this is actually a great deal when you think about all those different things. If you're going to build your own, you're still going to be stuck with that S30V blade. This is S90V. So you're going to build your own, you're going to be around the same price, and you're still going to have an inferior steel. And, you know, this is a premium steel here. I'm blown away that Benchmade is actually making something a good deal, because a lot of people complain about Benchmade's prices and the Benchmade tax and everything. And yes, it's sort of built in because 133 is a little bit much to begin with for the base model. But, you know, given what the base model costs, this is a good deal. And I'm very happy with it, and I think it's a good price point. And honestly, I can recommend this so far. Again, this is a first impressions video, but I can recommend this so far. I will go into a little bit. I haven't shown the knife off yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at the carbon fiber up close. You can see the layers of carbon fiber in there. You can see the blue anodization on the back spacer, which is aluminum, as I said, and you can see that there. Go ahead and take a look close at the blade. So again, very nice action here, you know, on here, just like any axis lock. The one thing I will say, if you're debating whether to get your own scales on a normal bug out or go this way, is I do miss a little bit the ridges on the end of here. So that is, you know, because I normally will dig that into my palm while I'm pulling these back and forth. But I got used to it after just a few minutes, and it's not a big deal. But that is something that is going to take some adjusting if you're used to, you know, the thickness of the back of here in your hand. That's going to take a little bit adjusting too when you go here. But other than that, this is great. This is, it has a nice rounding of the edges here that you don't necessarily see. Like a little bit of chamfering over here on the edges, especially here on the back, right? I think on the Grivery ones, you don't necessarily have that. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you think, if you agree with me or disagree with me that this is a good deal at the price that it's at. I understand it's a little bit of a sticker shock, but once you consider what's going into it and the alternatives to get to this, to where this is, I think you'll agree with me that this is actually a pretty good deal and a good pickup, and I think this is going to be really popular. I honestly think this is going to be here to stay. It's going to be really popular. So, you know, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscribe button so you get all my content, and go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know again what you think of the 535-3 and whether you'll pick one up. Thanks so much.